Hello and welcome to Fast Horses Today for Friday. Today is August 28th and we've got some coverage from Del Mar where the turf meets the surf. So let's get started. So we'll get started with a little Bing Crosby to kick off the day where the turf meets the surf. Take it away, Bing. So as Bing Crosby said, where the turf meets the surf down at Old Del Mar, that is where we will go. So we're going to skip over the first couple races. I've got a late pick 5 I want to play here. A small ticket, but I think it's worth playing. Does start in the fourth race. Fourth race has an approximate post time, 3:34 Pacific, so that's 5:30 here in the Central Time Zone. We're starting this out with a mile on the grass, 2-turn event. These are $25,000 condition claimers, and the condition is non-winners of 2 races in the lifetime. So, couple scratches, and I think this really just gets us down to a 1-horse race for me. So I'm going to single the 4-horse, who is Sandbagger. Sandbagger comes in for Peter Miller. Miller claims this horse off of Gary Studi and puts Hector Berrios on the horse and also puts blinkers on the horse. Now, I think that there's some speed signed on here in this race. It looks to me like you might see some speed out of the 2, the 3, and then also the 9-horse. So if any of those horses do go and do fight it out, that'll spell doom for all 3 of those. But, I'm sure a couple of them will. And, what it does look like is it looks like a nice setup for the 4-horse Sandbagger. Sandbagger's 5-2. Will probably be a lot shorter than that. So we're going to single that horse, try to get this pick 5 started in the 4th race with the 4-horse Sandbagger. All right, let's move over to the 5th race of the day. 5th race is 5.5 furlong dirt sprint. These are California-bred, $50,000 maiden claimers, state-bred horses, and these are fillies, 3-year-olds and up. And, just some horses that have been in and around that maiden special weight level and can't get it done there, so a few of them are dropping into this claiming level. I've got 3 horses I'm going to put in here. I'm going to put the 4-horse, who is Mustang Nicky, Steve Knapp barn. Knapp has been, a little cold, so it's probably time to start warming up here because Del Mar is going to come towards the end. So Mustang Nicky does fill that profile where she's been running with maiden special weights. She's been running okay. She's been showing some speed. There's some other horses that have speed here, so I don't know if Mustang Nicky is good enough to take them the distance. We'll see. Tiago Pereira takes the call. Now, Pereira does win races for Steve Knapp. Pereira has ridden this horse in a few of her starts. Last time she showed speed on a dirt race at a maiden special weight, I thought that race is good enough for the drop here. She should be much faster. She's 6-1. We'll put her in there. I'm going to put the 6-horse who is running iron for Paula Capestro. Paula Capestro's been having a nice meet. She's won, some races and also has hit the board with some horses. She puts Victor Espinoza on the horse. Espinoza rode the horse first time off this long layoff that she had. Blinkers go on this horse here. She started her career last year back in August, and she ran a decent race with Mohaven. Mohaven was a pretty much standout winner then, and a nice Calbred. And running iron certainly wasn't shamed in that effort. Something went amiss, and we hadn't seen her in a while. And she appeared, at the Del Mar meet. I thought she ran a nice even race in a turf sprint. 6-1 here, Espinoza. Blinkers on. I don't know that she needed blinkers, but we'll leave Capestro with the call there. Running iron should be much faster, dropping into maiden claiming races here, or claiming level here. And then finally, we're going to put the 7, who is Rousing Rhythm, for Dean Pedersen. Armando Aguilar on the horse, 8-1. Looks like Aguilar's riding, so hopefully he's mended himself from the injury he had a little bit earlier. But Dean Pedersen certainly does well with this type of horse. Some good numbers with horses dropping from special weights to claimers, which this horse is doing. Also, second start, Pedersen does pretty well. And, off a bit of a layoff. Last time we saw this horse was in mid-June back at Santa Anita. She ran in a maiden special weight race on the turf on the 6-furlong flat grass and, didn't really get out much and didn't do much running. But I think off this layoff, the drop to 50, Rousing Rhythm certainly could be a factor here. I don't know that any of the shorter price horses, have that much of an effect here, but we'll see. So I'm going to put the 4, 6, and 7 to start out the 5th race. Let's move over to the 6th race of the day. Sixth race. This is a 5 furlong grass race. These are open company horses, maiden special weights. These are fillies, and they're 2 years old. 2-year-olds. So I'm going to put 3 horses in. We'll see if these are any type of standouts and some nice future performers in the California circuit. I'm going to put the 2 horse with Stealth Drone for Peter Miller, Hector Berrios. This horse shows some nice works over at Del Mar, some speedy works. That inside post, maybe, this horse is primed for a good trip. Maybe get on the lead or just, tuck in and sit and wait. But Stealth Drone certainly looks to be, based on the works, able to do that. Put the other Peter Miller entry, who is the 6 horse Stormy Sunset. Stormy Sunset has Antonio Fresu on the horse. And this horse has had some nice works, including very fast work over at San Luis Rey in early August. Followed that up with a couple nice fast works over at Del Mar as well. So this horse worked with his barn mate, that being the 2 horse. Looks like they worked together last time, and they pretty much, it was a draw there. So they both worked out nicely. We'll see which one's more ready to go, but we'll put the 6 horse in. And then finally going to put the 8 horse, was the Bob Baffert entry, who was the 8 horse Deluge. Juan Hernandez takes the call, 3-1 the program. This horse shows some speedy works as well. Now, usually Baffert has his horses on the dirt. I don't know, maybe there just wasn't a race there and he's putting the horse here. But, Deluge, certainly the way the Baffert horses get out of the gate and go, if this horse takes the lead, it could be lights out for the rest of this field. So we'll put her in there as well. So we've got the 2, 6, and 8, and that being in the 6th race. All right, let's go to the 7th race of the day. 7th race, this is your feature race. This is, a second level allowance with a $100,000 claim tag there, as an option. And as I peruse this, there are no horses in for that claim tag. So this is your second level allowance race. They're going 6.5 on the dirt. I'm going to put 2 horses in this race. I think one of these 2 are going to get it done. I was originally going to just single the 6 horse Simple Song, but we're going to put the 5 horse, was the last straw for Richard Mandela and Mike Smith. Now, I've liked this horse since she started out her career. She's just wonderfully bred. She's out of the Del Mar Futurity winner, Bast. Bast won the Del Mar Futurity Grade 1 winner a few years back for the Baffert barn. I believe it was a Baffert horse. And so Spendthrift got that horse, bred her to Into Mischief, and you don't go wrong when you're breeding to Into Mischief. So the last straw has come out, and to be a nice horse, having 2 wins out of 7 starts, I think that the 6 horse Simple Song is the speed of the race. I don't know that anyone could run with Simple Song, but if anyone does decide to do that, they might cook it up early, and I think the last straw can be finishing. So we're going to put the 5 horse, the last straw, and I am going to put the 6 horse Simple Song. For Mark Glatt, Mark Glatt makes a change here. He puts Antonio Fresu on the horse. Kazushi Kimura has been riding the horse, and they're making a switch here. So I don't know, maybe Glatt didn't like what he saw last time from Kimura. I'm not exactly sure. I remember several races back, I kind of wondered what Kimura was doing. That was back in January. I think he pushed the horse out way too quickly, and the horse could not finish up against Red Flag. But Simple Song has certainly kept some really nice company, including Red Flag back in January. Also ran up against the ill-fated Cornucopian, who was a very nice horse. And I just think Simple Song is a very fast horse. I don't know who can run with him early, and maybe he just ends up taking him the distance. So we're going to put the 5 and the 6 in the feature race. All right, let's go to the last race of the day. Last race being the 8th race. This is a mile on the grass. These are California-bred fillies, maiden special weight. So these are 2-year-olds. So 2-year-olds going on the grass, going 2 turns. So you've got some horses doing first things, both first time grass, and horses also going first time 2 turns. I think that leaves it wide open. Sometimes you see some big prices in these kind of races at Del Mar, in these 2-year-old races, especially the Cowbreds. So I'm going to put 5 horses in here. Hopefully we hit that single. We've got some prices. We get some nice coverage here. I've got 5 horses. I'm going to put the 2 horse who is Miss Mo Brown for Andy Mathis. Hector Berrios takes the call. I really do like this horse first time out. She ran on the grass 5 furlongs. She had Caesar Belmont on her. Caesar Belmont hasn't been doing too much, has not been winning races. Really just kind of trailed the field. I thought she ran on very nicely, so we'll see. The Mo Forzas, the offspring of Mo Forzas, I've not been high on, but lately we're seeing some of them win. So maybe, we'll see maybe Mo Forzas on a heater. But we'll put the 2 horse in at 8-1. Going to put the 3 horse, who was Big Blast, in there for Tim Yakteen. Antonio Fresu takes the call. Now, Big Blast comes in and comes off the same race as the favorite, who's going to probably be your big favorite in the 4-horse Just Work It Out. They come out of that same race that was won by Daytona Diamond. Just Work It Out was a favorite that day, was odds on. Ended up getting kind of a sluggish start, came second. Big Blast came third. So both of these horses, I think if you put one of them, you got to put the other. I don't know that it's as simple as Just Work It Out. And watching that race, certainly the horse could run and could definitely win this race, but I just don't feel like singling this horse or just putting 2 horses is wise here. But I will put the 3 and the 4, in this race. And let's move over to the 9-horse, who is Divine Kismet. Antonio Garcia, the trainer. Armando Ayuso is the trainer. I'm sorry. Antonio Garcia is the trainer. Armando Ayuso the rider. That's a tongue twister there. Sorry about that. But anyway, this horse is 10-1. Garcia Barn's been going really well, so I don't want to leave Garcia out, especially in a Calbred race. This horse shows some good enough works. And again, I don't know that the short prices are that much of a standout here, so a horse like Divine Kismet can certainly upset the apple cart. This horse is related to some winners by out of that mare, Wild Caroline. So there's certainly some siblings who are California breds who have been some winners out of that family. So Divine Kismet could be dangerous. And I'm finally going to put the 10-horse, who is Nice Shot, from Michael McCarthy, Umberto Rispoli. This horse, nice breeding by Nyquist out of a Tappet mare. Calbred, that's nice breeding for a Calbred. And again, this horse shows good enough works that maybe 2 turns is what she wants to do in a very open race. So we've got the 2, 3, 4, 9, 10 to finish off the day. All right, let's recap the day and recap the bets. Okay, so for Del Mar, for Friday, August 28th, we're going to play a late pick 5, which does start in the 4th race. And in that 4th race, we're going to single the 4. With the 4, 6, 7. With the 2, 6, 8. With the 5, 6. With the 2, 3, 4, 9, and 10. Now that ticket's a $45 ticket. I think it's worth that play. We'll see if we can get that favorite single in there on that first leg. If you want to play the ticket as is, I wish you the best of luck. You can always add or subtract based on your bankroll. Or if you don't want to play the pick 5, you could play the pick 4. That worked out last week. Whatever you decide to do, I wish you the best of luck. Let's wish the folks over at Del Mar a very safe day of racing today. Let's wish ourselves some good trips. We've got some turf races here, hopefully some good trips. That certainly leads to winners. So as always, I thank you so much for watching Fast Horses today and listening to the picks. Thanks to everybody who hit the subscribe button. Thanks to all of our new viewers. Thanks to all our subscribers from the beginning. Appreciate everybody. You can always make comments. Make good comments, make bad comments. I promise to respond to everything. Let's create a discussion. So again, thank you so much for watching. Let's get this Friday started off the weekend over at Del Mar, where the turf meets the surf. At Del Mar, where the turf meets the surf. We'll see you over the weekend for more coverage. Thank you.